TGR News, broadcasting from the State of Israel.
Welcome back to TGR News.
Hello, hello.
Well, this week we'll talk about a new political party that has showed its face here in Israeli politics that hates Israel. Insane piece of information there. And Russia and Iran's relationship, how it's being used now to use kamikaze drones. But first, let's say thank you. Thank you for everything you guys do. It's such a blessing that what we do here with your help, with your support, and feeding the people here in the state of Israel. This week, we're doing a double load because next week I'll be in the IDF. And I'm not sure if I'll make it back in time. But this way we know for 100% everyone will get their food on the way they always get their food, have enough for the 2 weeks. So and it's all because of you guys, and God bless you and everything you do, because we know God promised us He'll bless those that bless Israel and curse those that curse Israel. It really is something special, and every time we say this, I like to bring up the fact that if you haven't yet and you feel led by the Lord to be part of this part of the ministry, there are links below every video to our Patreon page and to our support page. Or you can just go to thegoldenreport.com and go to the Support Us page there and figure out any way you want to send your support to help feed the nation of Israel here and what we do.
Yeah.
So thank you. Let's get started.
Yeah.
Violent outbreaks are escalating in eastern Jerusalem, causing Israel to enlist 4 platoons of reservists to help control this continuing violence. Hamas leaders from Gaza are promoting the violence and trying to get the Arabs to escalate even more.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the 4 platoons of what's called the Magav, which are the border police, sort of half army, half police. And they've had to enlist 4 platoons of their reservists to try and help get this thing under control. And it still isn't under control.
No,
every night it's going crazy in East Jerusalem, right there in our capital, where they're just going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The young Arabs in eastern Jerusalem are outwardly saying that the terrorist attacks will escalate and they will start attacking all the cities in the state of Israel. Yeah, I saw the videos that they just say, like, let's globalize it even more, even out of Israel.
Yeah.
Let's just, do some noise.
We'll talk about it a little bit here, but there's a new group that's getting really violent, and we need to take control of it pretty quick. A new political party, this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the video, in our own Israeli government, it's called Hadash Tal, is campaigning, calling Israel, the same country that they're running to be government of, by the way, a murderous country, and that Islam will win and get rid of the Jews. This is a situation that can only happen in the state of Israel. Could you imagine if there was a new political party in your country that was against your country and your people and your nation, and they were allowed to run for prime minister or whatever?
Yeah.
And that's what's happening here.
I saw the video of running. It's just hatred and just killing Jews. No, they don't accept the existence of Israel.
Right.
But they're running for the government of Israel.
Of Israel, yeah. It can only happen in a place like Israel, where we're so lenient with the people that hate us so much and try to be so politically correct. With them. Oh, we got to let them hate us. We can't not let them do what they want to do, because then it would be wrong.
Yeah.
That's insane. No country in the world would put up with something like that. On Saturday, a 13-year-old boy was shot when Arabs opened fire on a pizza shop in the middle of the day and shot him in the chest. Yet another example how the Arabs here don't have any respect for life they don't care about anything. This wasn't a terrorist attack, by the way. This was one of the more Arab criminal things, where one Arab family was upset with another Arab family, and this poor 13-year-old boy on his way just to get pizza in the middle of the day gets shot in the chest. Yeah. It really is something.
The IDF and the Shabak worked hard to prevent attacks on Simchat Torah after receiving dozens of threats for terror attacks on the nation of Israel.
Yeah.
It's nothing new again. It's just escalating more and more.
Uh,
So they decided to prevent. Of course, they tried to prevent the attacks. So
there were still a
Simchat
few
Torah-
attacks. Yeah.
Simchat Torah is the end of Sukkot. It's where they're taking the Torah out.
One of
and-
the nicer
Yeah,
holidays.
yeah, it's very
They take the
happy.
word of God out, the Torah, and they dance around
Dance
it.
with it
It's
and-
called like a foot, where you're going around.
Yeah.
And it's a wonderful thing they do every year.
Yeah.
It's actually beautiful when you step back and look at what's going on. It's just the Jewish people praising the word of God and rejoicing in the fact that we have the book that God decided to give us, his instructions, his word.
Yeah.
It really is a beautiful holiday. During all the escalations of violence, now on a nightly basis, a new group of young Arabs calling themselves the Lion's Den are now shooting at Israeli police and IDF. They are a new and very violent group. The Palestinian Authority is supposed to be their officially governing body and calls itself striving for peace, is not doing anything to stop it. The Palestinian Authority, Abu Mazen, right? They always act like they're trying to act like, police themselves and trying to eradicate the bad apples, but he's just supporting them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not only him. Many people in Gaza and Eastern Jerusalem support this group,
Yep.
terrorist group,
Yep.
who's killing.
And they're pretty bad.
So
They're young.
don't tell me that Arabs want peace.
Yeah.
And just it's like only the terrorists. Even the citizens, maybe people will just, confront me about it if you feel different. But I see that they don't want peace. Many of the people the citizens just living there, they hate Israel, they hate Jews, they don't accept existence of the state of Israel.
Yep.
So that's the problem with peaceful two-state solution thing, try to make two-state solution. There's no two states. They want it all. They want us dead, and they want the whole
That's true.
thing. And what they're going to do with it? They're going to ruin it and make it like Iran. Probably.
Yeah, and look at every country that's being ran by Muslims. It's look what's going on in Iran. It's insane, killing women because a piece of hair. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Oh my goodness. And that's what's happening in the world when
You heard
Muslims
about
run.
this climber.
Oh, yeah.
She was without her hijab and
yeah.
she disappeared.
Yeah, this is another great reason why what you guys do here by supporting us, helping the Jewish people who are hurting and trying to feed them. It's why it's such a blessing and such a big thing. Because not only are you actually blessing the nation of Israel, not only are you actually feeding families with children, not only that, but you're also at the same time keeping Israel, feeding the people, keeping them strong, and keeping Israel, the nation of Israel, the Jewish nation. That's why what you're doing, all you guys' support is so important. And we thank you. Well, 164 members of the new terrorist organization, the Lion's Den we was just talking about, are blocked from praying on the Temple Mount. This is an attempt to stop the new group from getting traction.
Yeah.
It's just like a little slap on the wrist kind of thing. No, you're being bad kind of thing. It just makes them matter and everything, but. It really is an insane thing, It's in fact every time we talk about the Temple Mount, we never really get into it, but it's just insane that the Temple Mount is inside our country, and we're not allowed to go there.
Yeah.
And it's our Temple Mount. It's not even their holiest site.
Yeah, and even Al-Aqsa, the Mosque Al-Aqsa, was built on ruins of our holy places.
Yeah.
But they say it's theirs, and they think we intimidated.
Yeah.
That's what they are. It's like, what really kills me? I'm very mad today.
Uh-oh. I'll have to deal with that.
We know that our news, most of us we talked about it last time, they are left-wing, right? But this time it just killed me. How they speak. It's
You're
like
talking about one guy in particular.
Yeah, no, but what they say, okay, the Jews going to pray in the Temple Mountain between this day, so we'll have these escalations again. They didn't say the Arabs going to pray in the mosque, so maybe we'll have escalations. They say
because we don't escalate violence.
Yeah.
The Jews, we don't do that.
Yeah, but it's like, because we're going there close to their mosque, Oh, again, we're gonna make this troublemakers, because we're going in our holy country to pray in our holy places, and they throwing rocks from their mosque to us.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Well, deep breath.
Yeah.
After Iran and Russia became great friends in the last summit they had with Turkey, Russia, as we know, bought drones from Iran. Now the capital of Ukraine, Kiev, is under attack by kamikaze drones. This is also an advantage for Iran to see how their weaponized drones work in the field.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and then I heard Biden now is going to was talking about sanctions because more sanctions on Russia because more sanctions on Iran because they've sold Russia these weaponized drones, which is kind of strange, more than kind of, because when they had this summit a few months ago, it was public news that Russia made the deal with Iran. We talked about it on this channel. I said it. You can look back in the history in the videos where they made the deal then that buying the drones from Iran. So where were the sanctions back then?
maybe he thought they don't use it. They won't use it. He just bought it to put them on the side.
Yeah, just maybe he thought it was the little drones that you fly to make videos like we do for the video channel. But anyway, it's just. On a side note, Russia is now even asking North Korea to buy weapons from them. They're working on a deal to buy ballistic missiles from Iran as well. Ola and I had conversations. Probably spent years having the same conversation when the subject comes up. Well, I was always telling her Russia is not the big bad guy we have to worry about anymore, like everyone seems to think. And Ola and everyone else that I would talk to would always tell me I'm misjudging the strength of Russia. Well, one thing this thing has shown us is even I was wrong on how weak actually Russia really is. They're grasping at straws. They're trying to get weapons from Iran, from North Korea, from anyone and everyone will help them out because they can't take care of business themselves. Little old Ukraine, this little country, right? Who now Ukraine is starting even to retaliate sometimes, like in the bridge that happened last week in Russia, going into them, and the only thing Russia can do is just put out some threats, So like I said from the beginning of this unfortunate situation in Ukraine, the only one thing that's good that come out of it is now we really see how little Russia really is and how easy it would be to go ahead and wipe Russia out if we had to,
Yeah.
President Biden is planning a visit days before our election to push for the signing of the Israeli and Hezbollah deal over the gas rig. He's made a big thing to get Herzog, our Israeli president, days before, which, by the way, we're about a week and a half away from the election, just days before our election, so that we hurry up and sign this agreement with the terrorist organization Hezbollah that everyone seems to think is so great. Everyone, when I say everyone, they happen to be left wing, right?
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous, and I don't know. I think there's even talk now in the Supreme Court where they're trying to legalize it where this government can legally do it, even though it's just a transfer government and this and that. And
Yeah.
so all parties are working hard to get this agreement done. When I say parties, I'm talking about the left-wing parties in Israel and in America.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Hezbollah is raring for
Happy.
this.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you guys noticed on the news what happened in Australia recently, but Australia has reversed its position on Jerusalem. Now they have changed the previous leader's statement and are now saying that Jerusalem is not the capital of Israel.
Yeah.
Which the former
4 years ago,
yeah.
he said that we are.
Yeah.
Jerusalem is.
Jerusalem is the capital
of
Israel.
Israel.
Now they've gone back on that. It's just the only thing these kind of things are, it doesn't change anything. Well, it did change something in Australia. Immediately after she had that statement, Jewish owned businesses are getting vandalized and everything after she made that speech.
Right.
That's the biggest change that happened from her speech is what happened in her country, Australia.
Yeah.
So it raised up
changed
the anti-Semitic,
the mindset of some people.
people in her country. But in Israel, she has no effect. It's Australia. It's no big deal. It doesn't do anything. The only thing it does is just shows the world how more and more people are just anti-Semitic and against
Exactly.
us. You know,
Yeah.
which is prophetic that the whole world at one point is going to come against
Yeah.
us, come against the state of Israel. But we'll survive.
Yeah, we
Yep.
will. In a Jewish town in the Samaria area, terrorists came and started firing at all homes, hoping to be able to kill someone. After firing many rounds, only one bullet hit a house and no one was hurt. I think it's a miracle
It was.
because it was holidays. Everybody
was home.
going around and in Sukkot and stuff, and just that was a miracle.
It was a miracle.
One bullet, and even with this bullet, nobody was hurt.
Yep.
But still, it just shows how they trying to kill Jews all the time.
That's their only goal. Yeah. That's it. Well, the same terrorist that shot and killed the 18-year-old soldier girl last week, came to Malay Adumim. Malay Adumim is a Jewish village or town right close to Jerusalem when you start headed down from Jerusalem towards the Dead Sea. And fired on the guard, injuring him lightly. He was caught and killed, the terrorist. So this was the second time in 2 weeks to do a terrorist attack, but this time he was caught. Well, we've had a busy week. You have anything you want to say?
I think this is the first time that we didn't caught the terrorist, and he made something else. He made another attack, which is it's really strange because usually we catch them right away.
We always catch them.
Always catch
whether it's a day or the same day or a few days later, we always catch them. In this case, a week later.
Yeah.
But this time it was also, he was able to attempt another attack, but still he wasn't able to kill someone like he did the first time.
Yeah. Well, I love to go out and make videos with you.
Yeah, we made a couple videos that we got to work on now.
It was really nice. So you're going to see them in a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's all. Next week you're gonna be in the IDF, and I'm gonna miss you.
Like I said, we took care of the people so they have food. So that's always one of our number one priorities. So that'll be taken care of, and yeah. So I guess that's about it.
Yeah, and don't worry, go defend us.
I'll be okay.
I'll be okay too. I'll take care of the people.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's very good. Yeah. You might have to do the news.
Well, if you want to see me on the news, guys, I hope it's going to be okay. I'll try my best.
You're the star of the show.
Yeah, right.
Well, anyway, don't forget to join us on thegoldenreport.com. And until next time.
Shabbat Shalom.
God bless.